welcome back to another episode of Mag Sam's Let's Play Golden Sun. I am RM2K Midi, your announcer, and with me tonight is co-host Deathtron Hammer.
Hope you all are enjoying your day so far.
We are in Alton. Is this your first time in Alton? To visit Alton? Yes? It must look a lot like a coastal town. Not really. The day the gems fell from the sky, these water-spewing monsters appeared out of nowhere. Now the village is ruined because of them. Oh. You came to Alton at a bad time. You're terribly unlucky, huh? Well, I'm very lucky because I can move this statue. Alton Peak.
Crystal.
Bato Sai.
Nerd!
Totally nerd.
Even the mine is submerged. No one can enter it.
The inn isn't submerged for some lucky reason.
Whoa, that's an 8-coin hike from the last day he said that.
Maybe everyone in the village wants to sleep here. Hope you slept well. Have a nice trip. We're a little damp, but we're doing okay. We must count our blessings. That wasn't a question. Why am I saying yes or no to this? No. must not count our blessings. I disagree with the statement. You have to remember, lots of people lost everything they own. It's just sad when you think about it.
That wasn't a question!
Yes. After all, a lot of good people have been hurt in this flooding. That's pathetic. Oh, I gotta read his mind too. We'll come through this alright, but I'm afraid the village is done for. I'd give anything for someone to return Atlan to his former glory. You look pretty young, but if you're a true warrior, please help us. I know they don't look so tough, but being warriors and all, maybe they can help us.
What can they do? What? Create an irrigation system? Do you want weapons?
Yes.
I'll sell you anything you want once the waters have receded.
Will you give it to me for free?
No! What in the world did we do to deserve this fate? Why don't I give it to you for free? That's mad logic. Crimes. If this is how my weapon shop ends, as a sunken disaster?
Hey, Kid from Sean, I cook good food. Eat up. I became a cook after I came to Atlan, but I still cook well. Well, you just couldn't contradict himself. Came from John, I cook good food, eat up. I became a cook after I came to Alton, but I cook well. Do they not cook well here? I don't know what that statement means. You people are confusing. You don't know grammar. Get it? You make my head hurt.
If we could destroy the monsters, all the water should drain away. If the water beasts continue to flood us, our entire village should be submerged.
Let's go down the ladder. Alton always run short on water. Now we're flooded in. Either way, we just have bad luck when it comes to water. Water's nice, but when it's not when it's flooding your home. That's kind of cool.
My store is submerged. I want to sell armor, but there's no way. All my armor inventory is resting even as we speak. I don't think that's how that works. I don't know for certain. Bounce!
Doesn't it need to come out of the water and be exposed to air to rust?
Yeah!
I don't know though.
Because it's oxygenation. Yeah.
Maybe the oxygen in the water does that? We can't drink the water the monsters spew. It's disgusting. Won't anyone ever slay these beasts? Well, there's about 20 of you in this town. Oh, the monster spewed out all this water. It smells foul.
So it's not water, it's spit. And also, again, like, okay, even if we kill the monsters, that's not gonna magically drain the water. Like, you need engineers.
Whoa.
Slowest fucking thing. Like, run up and dude, stab it. Why are you sitting here watching this?
It's like that tutorial at the first level of Wario, where it shows you how to open the door. Except we've been opening these things for, like, we've been using frost on these puddles for a long time. We already know that that's how it works. It's taunting me. Oh, and I don't even need to use the frost.
What? You're doing exactly what you just saw me do? Impossible! I will slowly hop over.
Ah! No! Stop! Living statue.
My mouth is connected to an infinite dimension full of foul water. I taste it of every minute of every day.
Maybe that's why he's so angry.
I've been wanting those villagers to kill me for the last month.
Ramses!
Yet none do. I will gladly embrace death.
Living statue versus living statue.
Ouch.
Atalana. Water power on water power. That kind of... These things are so weak. Neptune is Moby Dick's whale.
Or it's, what was the name of the whale from Skies of Arcadia? It's not Drachma. Rachnam.
Let's pretend that's who it is. Corona! That was one of the most confusing customers I ever had. There's these drunk Mexican guys that didn't speak any English. And they're wandering around the store, like, they come up to me and they're asking for these bottle... What I eventually figured out is they're asking for bottle openers that when you open the bottle, it shouts Corona. It was like they're drunk and they don't speak English, and my Spanish wasn't very good back then. And it was just, like, very confusing.
You're like, Coronas? Do you want Coronas? Did you guys actually have what they were looking for in stock?
No, I think it was like something that was a promotional, like,
novelty gag item
years ago. Like, they got drunk and they came down there just wanting it for some reason. That happens from time to time. That was one of the weirdest experiences. Ah, Ragnarok. Yeah, you filled the living statue. Frost Jewel, and water magically drains.
Water there does at least.
Can you imagine if you didn't know how to use frost and you came down here and you couldn't get out?
Oh, that'd be brutal.
Frost will learn. That's a great translation there. Oh,
will be good.
Will be good.
Look at me.
Look at me was the guy from Phoenix Wright, wasn't he?
Yep.
The fake detective. Yeah, shut up. I'm working on it. Can't you tell I made some progress? The waters around here have subsided. I wonder if the holes in the mine allowed the water to drain. Oh yeah, read your mind. Monsters will go away as the water... As the monsters go away, the water recedes. Maybe all the monsters will disappear pretty soon. Yeah, maybe they'll just happen to disappear. Maybe someone will have to make that happen. Maybe it's all ruined.
If the monster that did this were here right now, I'd give him such a smack. I'm just kidding. I'm opposed to all this violence. One blow's not enough. Jab, jab, hook. Then comes the uppercut.
Hypocrite. Oh no, the whole house is soaked. I'm going to take it's going to take a lot of work to get this house back into shape.
I think my favorite line that Godot says is, the tides of fate wash away the weak. The strong drink it up.
That's a pretty good quote. Alright, onward. Oh, the item shop is open. I don't need anything from here, but it's... So I found some random combination that gives one of my characters the ability to like cancel random encounters. It wards. It's like using the repel item, but he does it with a spell instead. Huh. None of my goods were damaged. I'm going to sell like there's no tomorrow. A few things got damp, but it shouldn't affect the quality. You can use them without worries. Maybe I'll put a sign up to explain it all. Customers don't read signs.
Smells like monster spit.
Oh, right. Did we talk to these dudes?
How can this creature spit up so much water? It's almost like to turn the air to itself into water.
How horrible! My house is totally coated in monster spit. I'm glad they saved the very first love letter, but what about everything else? It's raining.
Oh yeah.
Alright, into the next portion.
Alden Peak.
I kind of like this pace where you're going in and out of the dungeon. Nope, can't go in there yet. Dun 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 dun. The apes are in here too.
Apes are everywhere!
Ape escape.
Enemies everywhere!
Oh, I know what that's from.
you heard quite a lot of it, didn't you?
Yes, I did. It's like, how do you know enemies are everywhere? I got attacked. Yeah, but did you see her attacking? No. You're an idiot. Anyway. Ah, my poison, yeah. Poison, for some reason, persists after battle.
The poison was purged! That means Garrett threw it up.
Rah! Spitting out the demons. I want that song to play. Well, I'm never gonna do that again, but like... If I ever drank so much again that I have to throw it all up, have that song play while I'm throwing up. Spitting out the demons.
So if for some reason I'm there, and you're about to throw up, I'll be like, alright, let me get the song ready. Alright, go for it. Blah! Spitting out the demons. Blah! Blah! Good times.
Yeah, I don't go crazy with the alcohol anymore. I'm a lightweight anyway. Come on. Nothing back here. Just a place to run you off into the corner so you can get random battles.
More fun with the random number generator.
Basically, yes.
Good thing it's not a random letter generator.
The TUE.
You don't bring Theta's United Explorers into this. Who wouldn't even name their kid Theta?
Some really nerdy scientist type guy. But they should be smart enough not to name their kid something like that. My kid's name is Theta.
And how are they United Explorers? They did no exploring. I hear monster barf spit.
Barf spit. Hey, stop spitting. Stop it.
No! Stop!
You idiot. I'm gonna come over there and beat you senseless.
Let's go. Let's go. We're going.
Oh, wrong.
We're on a... No!
Oh, I gotta change the switch. Ah, random battle.
Spoil our fun.
Siphon seal?
Siphon seal filter?
Yes. They spelled siphon even weirder than siphon filter did. Spot. That is the worst spelling of siphon I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's weird. I get it, like sigh is in your mind, but... Siphon.
With Markinson dead, I don't think we'll ever know.
I'm back in and away we go on a ride of magic and journey and love. Can't you see that?
That totally didn't have enough speed to make that jump, but we'll pretend that works.
Especially when you go the other way later.
Living statue appeared. Ragnarok. Heat wave.
Better than a Ragnarok.
Yes. Drench a foe in its attacks. Let's use water on the water monster. That's always a good plan.
Douse this motherfucker!
Heat wave. It's super effective.
Yeah, well, why is it never ultra effective?
That wouldn't be right. Ultra effective. Kind of like the Ultra Zord.
Or the Invincible Zord. Yeah, we as kids kind of made pseudo Power Rangers with... Well, we already had superheroes in place that we like to play as. But then we incorporated Power Rangers shit into them, and then it culminated... We had severe power creep going on. And it culminated with the creation of the Invincible Zord, which was, by all means and purposes, literally invincible.
Could not possibly be defeated.
Could not be defeated or damaged. And, yeah. That got boring really fast.
It was kind of like the Deus Ex Machina. Invincible Zord comes and saves the day.
Oh no, it's good. We lose because it's invincible.
Alright.
Although the greatest thing we did come up imaginary-wise is the illusionary forest, though.
I approve of that one.
Like, I really want to use that in something one day. Would I tell you, audience at home? I don't know. You might be sneak bees and steal our ideas.
Yeah, that tends to happen a lot. We'll come up with an idea, and we'll see it in a TV show or a movie, like, a year later.
We're just like, huh, that's weird. It's not like major whole plot things, it's just a concept, like, hey, you know what would be cool if da-da-da? And then we see it, it's like, huh, that's weird.
Whoa. Flare wall. It's weird that Heat Wave is... It looks like a big line, but it's only directed at one. Storm Ray and Ray.
No, but anyway, the idea behind the forest is that you look, let's say, the idea behind it was it was meant to be a prison. You'd be dropped off in a forest, and the forest is always shifting and changing. Like, let's say you look one way, and you see like 5-6 trees leading in a pattern. You turn away, and you look back. It's totally different now what you're seeing. It's no longer those 5 or 6 trees. All of a sudden it's like a dirt road and a handful of trees that lead to a small hill. You turn away and you look back at something else. It's literally always ever shifting and changing around you, so you can never get any sense of... There's no landmarks. You can't establish any sense of landmarks or navigation.
People would spend years in there. It'd be like their exile.
Yeah. I don't consider quote unquote rebooting the universe, but when we shook things up and decided to go, like, hey, you're your water boy, Aqualad dude, whatever it was. What do you remember what his name was?
What, my character?
Yeah.
Laser Man.
No, not Laser Man. When the one who had water powers, not the main one, decided to do that rebellion. When we decided to fast forward, and he... Remember Metal Man Returns?
I don't remember my life. I'm real fuzzy on the plot details there.
Well, it was like the character you had who controlled water led a rebellion and ousted Laser Man.
Was there a Water Man? I think there was a Water Man.
It was a younger kid type, like early teens or later teens or something, you know, compared to our characters. He was younger. But, like, somehow we decided, no, he's evil, and he led this, like, rebellion full on and ousted Metal Man, Laser Man, Gas Man from their respective territories as what they were in command of. Yeah, we each had, like, empires.
For some reason. Because superheroes are always forming empires.
Power creep, man. It happens.
Especially in elementary school.
Yeah. But anyway, we decided, and it was weird how we did this game, Metal Man Returns. Like, I pitched the concept, and Arm 2 and Mr. X bought into it full-on, like, yeah, this could be really cool. And what it was, Metal Man uses, like, this exoskeleton power suit as his thing. He doesn't really have a power. It's just, a suit that he wears. But anyway, it was him without a suit. All he had was their version of a gun, which I called an eraser. And it was very actually like Metal Gear Solid before we actually knew about Metal Gear Solid. It involved moving, hiding, being careful. Do you remember?
Vaguely. He sneaked into the base.
Yeah, you would sneak into places, and once in a while we'd have, like, Metal Man hanging out with someone, and I remember we had one scene where Mr. X's room was this really crazy elevator, and, like, once, either you or Mr. X would switch off and be someone, like, going in a security team that we had to deal with who was trying to raid the elevator. And at one point, we came across, like, one of Metal Man's subordinates' character, Captain Joza, I think his name was. And Joza was exiled to the Force of Illusion by the antagonist, Arm 2's character. And he actually was able to escape the Force of Illusion. He was the first person ever to do that. Like, probably within that short amount of time. And when asked how he did it, it's like, I think he crafted some way to make some, like, rope or something. And tied it to a tree, and he kept walking one direction.
A mimic.
Mimic! A mamak.
Oh. So you got a rope.
And he walked one direction so the illusion can change, can shift. Because it's based on perception, I guess, how it worked. But the idea was, because of that, he created a tether and anchor and went off. Realistically, it probably wouldn't work. You need a long-ass rope if you actually want to pull that off, but hey. I remember the big point was, like, Laser Man was mentally out of it for the longest time. Like, it took a while for him to finally, like, regain his old personality, because he was just like, what? Like, somehow the antagonist did that. He did something to Gas Man as well, and Mr. X was Gas Man, by the way. But I remember the big turning point. The big turning point was when Metal Man finally got the exoskeleton back. Because it was no longer about sneaking, hiding, and moving. You know, it was finally like,
Yeah.
okay, cool, I can go on the offensive a little bit here. And that was fun.
Yeah.
See, that was a story that actually had a story, a point, a goal, an objective, and actually plot points, unlike your stupid motherfucking haunted houses that you would do.
Those haunted houses went on forever.
For fucking ever.
There was never any intent for it to end. Like, he'd come over each week and we'd have a different haunted house for him.
And it's like, I would conquer one house like, oh, you're in a full, like, I always sound like a grid of haunted houses going on and on as far as the eye can see.
Every street in this neighborhood, every house in this neighborhood is haunted. Like, severely haunted.
And the only way I could leave was going through all of them somehow.
In order.
Yeah, in order. But it was always the same shit, and then you'd always, like... In fact, you no longer make it about the ghosts you're hiding, you made it about those little, like, critters you made using used rolls of tape paper.
Yeah.
You draw faces on them and give them personalities, and you made it about them after a certain point. I was like, okay, this is better than
just watching paint dry.
Yeah.
This is before we had video games.
Watch out for this ghost! Thanks, little roll of tape. And then, once in a while, Mr. X would put a blanket on over his head, pretend he was a ghost. Yeah! Imagination. It's a thing. No, but we did have one creepy story once. Or adventure scenario, I guess, what you call it. And it was, we actually pretended, your parents weren't home. And so, we were alone inside your house. And we decided, and I think the power was out at the time too, or we decided to turn off all the lights, I don't know. But we pretended that we were out alone on a derelict ship.
Oh, yeah.
That was just floating through space, and it was getting colder and colder. Life support was running out. We were trying to figure out ways to A, generate heat, and B, generate oxygen. And it was actually like this really calm and eerie story. It wasn't like boo ghosts. It was just like things have fallen apart. And I think the notion was we were in stasis for a long period of time, and it brought us out of stasis to tell us about like the failing of the ship. And what was going on is that things were different from when we last left the ship. Like something or someone is on this ship. We don't know what. There's just something going on. And there's a bizarre, and we're trying to figure that out while we're trying to generate heat and oxygen. Eventually, like, we're dealing with some monster at one point. We know there's a monster of some kind. We're trying to deal with it and just get back to stasis. We figure we can outlive it if we get back to stasis, right?
Yeah.
And finally, this was such a perfect climactic twist, is that we get back to stasis, and my character, my dude, wakes up. And all that's there is a note saying, had to leave stasis, had to abandon ship, tried to wake, but the process took too long, sorry. And I was alone on the ship. And it's like that's where it ended. It was alone on the ship. It was just the notion of that I'm alone with some monster right now. Whatever, there's something in here still. Because I think the note also hinted at the thing is still around. We didn't, outweigh it.
Yeah. And we just ended the plot there.
Yeah.
Dragon Shield.
There's actually proper. It's kind of that, you kind of ruin the monster if you show it closely and fully.
Yeah.
But it's also that, like, I've been abandoned by my friends. My comrades.
Ah, crap, I forgot to hit the switch.
Cool ride, though.
Yeah. They call them calamar. Because they look like squid. Calamari, get it?
Calamar.
I wonder if that's actually a name of squid in some language.
Calamar!
Apparently in Spain, they use squid ink in some of their food.
Huh.
I don't know what for, but it sounds really weird.
But there it is.
Yeah. Or other Mediterranean cultures, maybe. Anyway, we're getting short on time. Let's
Call after this fight.
let's try to wrap up this. I'm gonna get on that train. We're gonna see what's on the other side, and then I'm gonna have to peace out for this episode, man. It's been real, people. It's been real.
What if it's been fake?
It's been fake, man. What does that mean anyway? It's been real? It's been real what?
It's been a real memory, real experience, real...
Keeping it real?
Guess it's always on the other side.
Random battles.
With apes and foxes.
I don't want to keep you too long. Our episodes sometimes go a little too long.
Little too on the overside. But I figure with how, we're not a people update every day, so I figure it kind of balances out in a way.
Yeah. Onk. I'm beating him with an onk.
Rah, rah, Amen, rah. We shall play, as you say, patty cake later. Oh no, I'm dead now.
Anyway, I think I'll call it here. Hope you all enjoyed this episode of Dungeon Crawling. We'll wrap this up in the next episode.
Have a wonderful night.
Stay beautiful.